Hello, everybody. What is going on? It's your friendly neighborhood Dungeon Master Rose here, back at again with another Stories from the Savagelands video. Before we get started in today's video, this is, I do believe, the second, full-length Stories from the Savagelands video that is over on my main channel, just because, managing two channels was more of a nightmare than I thought it was going to be. It started off easy. It didn't end very well. So if you guys are just now seeing this video, everything from chapters 1 all the way to 13 are on the main channel. They'll be up in the cards, so that you guys are able to watch them. And if anything, I'll see if I can't put the playlist on there just because it'll make it super easy. But for those of you who moved over from Rose the Dungeon Master to here or are already caught up, just need a quick refresher. My wonderful freaking party here now owns MedCorp. Jeez, the frickin' wheeze. That's a sentence I never thought I would say. They managed to bring Bucket back, and where we last left off, one of the assistant drones came into Rexius's office and said that the press was here and waiting for him to kind of give a speech. And so that is where we left off. So one last thing before we jump into it, as my viewers can see in the right hand section of the screen, I finally managed to figure out how to get the D&D Beyond dice roller up on the screen, so that way you guys can see what I see when everybody's rolling dice and whatnot. I do believe that was the last thing we needed. So, with that, let's get in. So, as the group is walking out through the doors, you guys are just like you guys walk out of the building. There's some stairs that lead down, and then at the bottom of those stairs, it's just press everywhere, kind of circling the stairs, clicks and flashes of cameras, everybody speaking over each other. And you notice, Rexius, that there's a podium that it looks like the bots were able to set up for you, and you walk up and stand at the podium, and once again, more flashes, everybody's talking over each other. But the first question that you're finally able to make out hits your ears of, what are your plans with the rumored resurrection machine?
So, as Rex walks to the podium, this looks much more natural than would normally be expected. It looks like he's been doing this since he was, walking. He walks up, he puts his hands on the podium, and as soon as he hears the first question, he gestures to the person who asked, and he goes, "It's very simple. I've taken a look at all of the inner workings of my predecessor, and I have found a large amount of disapproval in his methods. Not only am I going to continue allowing the use of the resurrection machine, I'm making it easier than ever for public access."
You hear a lot of applause and cheering, and the next question hits your ears. So I guess you kind of answered this question, but I would like a more definitive answer. A lot of people right now are, when it comes to MedCorp and getting the treatment that they need, it's a thing of they're just drowning in debt for solutions that don't seem like they're working 110%. It's more like stalling whatever's going on rather than actually treating it. What are your plans to combat that?
Well, as I said, that was sadly one of the machinations of the predecessor to myself, and most of his policies I found to be just distasteful. At this point, not only are we going to be curing things whenever possible, and bringing down our prices significantly. But I would like to say, and he like leans forward a little bit so the audience can hear it a little bit better. At this point, as far as the public needs to be concerned, MedCorp is declaring war on illness and death itself.
The entire, like, all of the press, even people that just happened to be walking by as they heard that, just eruption of cheer, just woo, applause, and all sorts of stuff. As the crowd kind of dies down a little bit, another person speaks up. So I guess what you're trying to say is, rather than, giving treatments that keep whatever someone may have at bay, you're planning on giving more direct treatment to combat. Say someone has a deadly virus. Are you saying that with this, if someone comes in with a deadly virus, rather than just giving some antibiotics and hand waving them away, are you going to actually work to treat what they have?
I am saying that if we do not already have a cure, we will get one as quickly as we can possibly manage. And if we already have one, it will be given post haste.
Some more applause, a little bit of cheering, and one last person kind of raises their hand to ask a question, and he speaks up, and it hits your ears. Is it true that you killed the previous CEO of MedCorp? Silence from the crowd.
So with that, he stops a moment, he takes a deep breath, and with just as much confidence as every other phrase, he's already like leaning forward on his podium, and he kind of just pivots a little more towards that person. As much as I wish I could tell you with honesty that he was alive and well, I cannot. As soon as we signed the paperwork and everything was done, and MedCorp was officially on the verge of becoming property of RR and R Industries, something in him seemed to snap. And unfortunately, we did not have the resources to detain him safely, and he had to be stopped permanently before he became any further of a danger to myself, my compatriots, or you, the lovely public.
And I'm trying to think, like, that isn't technically a lie, because he started off super friendly and then wanted to kill you all. Just the stuff with, like, the signing over and all that. I'll have you go ahead and roll me a deception check at advantage, just because you've managed to win the crowd over so much.
All right.
And if you
And that's a 23.
succeed,
All right, with a 23, everything goes over smoothly. The guy says, "Oh, well, all right. Well, I'm sorry to hear you had to take such a drastic action. I have no more questions at this time." The rest of the press kind of nods their heads. Yeah, no question at this time. And they all begin to, like, dissipate, kind of go back into the city, except for one man. This man, he is a half elf with kind of like a dusty brown leather jacket, brown fedora with denim pants that definitely, like, do not go with the brown jacket. Like, you think they would, but the way he's wearing it, it does not look good whatsoever. You see that there's a lot of dust and grime on his face, kind of a little bit of a stubble growing in. And he walks up to you and he says, hi, I'm so sorry to bother you. You are the current CEO of MedCorp, correct?
Correct. I and the other leaders of on industries are acting as the role of CEO of MedCorp indefinitely, and as I am the only currently present representative, the duties fall to myself.
Understood. Okay. Is there a chance I could potentially talk to you in private? Your office, perhaps.
Right this way.
So you escort him to your office. You go in. Party kind of disperses, doing whatever they want to do. Um, Oh, I forgot to mention this last time. This is like super not important, but I do want to let you guys know while you are here in Ironhelm, you do not have to pay for an in stay because, you know, with schematics and whatnot, basically, a few like empty rooms can be turned into like proper bedrooms and whatnot. I'm not gonna have you like source beds and stuff. I'll kind of just hand wave it. You guys found the stuff during your off time, moved it into those empty rooms. So basically, you guys don't have to pay for an inn while you're here in Ironhelm. Um, I like I said, forgot to mention that last session. Had it in my notes, and I had a highlight here because I'm looking at them right now. Say, hey, dumbass, don't forget to tell them about this. But anyways,
Oh, for viewers at home, this is not kid friendly.
As soon as I see Rexius come back into the room, I ask him, I've sourced all of this stuff. Make sure that it gets to the public. If you do not need me, I'm going to go and look for more interesting things around here.
Of course. Just remember, and I'll like pound on the door a couple of times, but just to, I'm kind of subtly telling Hugan, like, if you hear this, come back into the room.
Understood. I will stay close.
all right. So, Rexius, as you and this half elf man walk into the office, close the door, he says, well, okay, so, first off, my name is Aaron Vell. I am a xenologist, and the, well, first off, before I get into that, congratulations on becoming the new CEO of MedCorp. Based on what I've seen and heard during the press conference, you're definitely a lot better than the last guy. So now that that's out of the way, what the reason why I'm wanting to talk to you is because I was receiving funding from the previous CEO and MedCorp because, as I said, I'm a xenologist. I look into the ancient alien race known as the Zeons that, their remains are here. And, come on, Aaron, come on. I look into the remains of the Zeons, and I've been receiving funding from both MedCorp for more medicinal things. In fact, even the resurrection machine that you guys that this building has was actually Xeon Tech. Um, so I received funding from MedCorp for more medicinal stuff, and I received funding from the Knights of the Future for more weaponry and armor and stuff like that. And so, damn it, Aaron, get to the point. Um, I'm so sorry for wasting your time. Basically, what I'm trying to ask is, will I be continue? Should I expect to continue to receive funding from MedCorp to further my studies? He'll immediately like kind of put his head down. He seems like very, very shy and not very confrontational.
So, hang on, I'm trying to adjust my light because my ring light went out.
No worries.
Okay. So when I was going through files and everything to look for the corrupt things he was doing, did I see anything about this?
Oh, yes. Business receipts of, like, writing checks to addressed to Aaron Vell. Yeah, you found out all about this.
So I also know things like how much funding he's getting, and is there anything like corrupt about what's going on with him, or was that actual like regular medical business?
Regular, like, basically, the previous CEO was funding Aaron Vell's research to find medical technology so that MedCorp can. They were doing it kind of like the resurrection machine. Obviously, MedCorp is the only one that has access to that. Um, and so it's kind of just a thing of he was kind of keeping it to himself and MedCorp. But other than that, Aaron wasn't partaking in any shady business. It was
Okay.
more, he kind of needs the money.
So I look at him as I like recall everything from the deals. Tell me, you said that you also researched things like weapons and armor for the Knights of the Future. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Do you have any, how shall I put this? Rex trying to intentionally remove anything that's going to sound like legal jargon. Do the Knights of the Future have exclusive rights to the weapons and armors and things in your research?
So under previous ownership of the previous CEO, it was kind of a thing of he didn't really care about the weapons and the armor. He kind of just wanted all the medical tech. So, but I'm sure you could talk to the captain of the Knights of the Future, and a deal can be arranged to where maybe you can buy stuff from him. Uh just because I don't want to step on anybody's toes. I don't want to like give you access to things and then my funding from the Knights of the Future gets pulled because yeah, I kind of need the money.
I see. How far is like the headquarters for the Knights of the Future from MedCorp?
Um, you could get there like 20 minutes on foot. It's kind of opposite side of town, but the most direct way is going to be like 20 minutes. You're not going to run into any like shady areas or whatnot.
Okay. So I'm gonna look at Aaron. I'm gonna ask him. I'm going to go speak with their leader. I would like you to come with me.
Um, yeah. I could come with you. Yeah.
All right. And I'm gonna take him to go talk to the leader of the Knights of the Future. Um, Essentially, I was trying to ask him if they had like a contract with an exclusivity clause.
Okay.
Um,
So,
but
making your way, as you arrive at the HQ, or the headquarters of the Knights of the Future, you see, uh, Aluka Copper. She was the knight that traveled with you guys from Scrap Heap to Ironhelm. She immediately recognizes you and says, "Oh, hey, uh, congratulations on becoming the new CEO. I mean, wow. I didn't think, I didn't think the previous CEO was ever gonna frickin' step down. Jeez Louise. He was like, I don't know, I think he was like 500 and something years old. I mean, it looks really young. Alright, yeah, sorry. Uh, how can I help?
so I was speaking with Aaron here about some business dealings, and he mentioned having an arrangement with the Knights of the Future. So I would like to speak with the chap in charge
Uh,
about a mutual arrangement between the three of us.
okay, yeah, I'll see if he is available. I mean, as you guys know, when, I first came in, well, actually, no, I don't think I told you. The Knights of the Future are kind of on high alert right now, just because with the threat of Locarius, potentially being in the city, just kind of hiding underground. I will see if he's available. So just give me just one moment. She steps into the building, and there was another guard. There are two people standing guard. The guard kind of leans so that tries to like look around you to Aaron, and Aaron immediately kind of tilts his head down, kind of shields his eyes, and the knight is just like, ugh, jeez Louise, Aaron, can you make some eye contact at least? You are like the fucking worst businessman like ever. Like, geez Louise, I got half a mind to talk to the captain about pulling some of your funding, because geez Louise, if you can't even make fucking eye contact with a person. And Aaron is like, I told you it's really really hard for me to make eye contact. I the captain says it's fine. Yeah, well, I'm sorry, but the captain can. I think the captain's a little bit too soft on you. Rexius, if you want to go ahead and with like all of these tells, how he's kind of like talking in a hushed voice and not making eye contact, if you want to do either an insight or a medicine check, you can.
I'm gonna do insight because I am awful at medicine.
Fair enough.
That is a 22.
With a 22, you kind of start putting the pieces together. He is autistic, short version. So essentially this guard is basically bullying and berating Aaron because he's autistic.
So I've got to point out, because you like the body language and everything you were talking about, he and Rexius are polar opposites in this. Like he's looking down and ducking away, and as this dude's like looking directly at Aaron, Rex is like, "Hello, hey, I'm over here, wanker, hey." And after all of that, Rex is gonna step in between them directly, and I like lean into his ear and whisper, and all he gets is just, "Mate, listen, avoiding eye contact and the stuttering and things like that. It's a genius thing. Trust me. I've known a few of them. I work with a few of them. It's very common. Just don't be a git about it. Everything will be fine." He's just a shy bloke. He's not like you and I. He's not likely to step forward and start the conversation. He just wants to make sure he can conduct his research in peace, especially because there's always the worry that having a full conversation with a bloke like him, you could find yourself feeling like a bit of a right airhead, and I don't think any of us want that.
The guard kind of takes a look at you, and the guard smiles, and he says, "That was a test, and you passed. You have my respect, at least."
I give him a nod and like a clap on the shoulder. I will point out, by the way, those are actually like signs of being a genius in all actuality, which is funny to me.
Oh yeah. So after a little bit, Aluka comes out and she says, "All right, I just spoke with the captain. He does have a little bit of time, but he is drowning in work right now. So the only thing that he asks is just make it as quick as you possibly can."
All right. I look at Aaron and I just tell him, like, take a deep breath. I'll do most of the talking. I just want you to be here so you can hear the conversation and understand what's going on.
Okay. Thank you. And Aluka
I
takes
like
you guys.
with me.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Continue.
I was just saying I like lead him in with me.
Okay. Rexius, give yourself a point of inspiration. That's amazing. That's amazing. But so Aluka, she leads you guys into the headquarters, kind of takes you through some hallways, and knocks on the door, and you hear a very gruff voice be like, "Come in." She opens the door, and and you see a dwarven man. Normally he'd be like 4'5", standard like dwarf height, but you see he has essentially platforms, like high heel platforms, except more masculine looking, and basically allows him to adjust his height. And it looks very natural because he's got like pants over it. You kind of can just tell because like dwarves are definitely not this tall, so you kind of put two and two together.
Mhm.
Auburn red beard, kind of flowing down and braided, with like different colored beads that kind of go into the braid, and he has very long hair about to his neck, and he says, "Oh, you are the new CEO of MedCorp. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Captain Dwugan Irongar."
So I don't remember if I gave Rex's last name in any of the previous episodes. If I did, I'm about to retcon the crap out of it, I'm sure. So Rex steps over and he puts his hand up for a handshake, and it's Rexius Regulus Rotarius, at your service.
Ah, I see. You're a very fancy man. Aaron, how are you doing? Um, I'm good, sir. Thanks for asking. What about you? Any luck finding this Locarius fellow? Oh no, not yet. But we've got patrols on high alert. We've got people going about 2 miles out from Ironhelm doing patrols there as well. We'll find him. He's not making it into the city to cause any harm. I can assure you that. That's good to hear, sir. Thank you so much for damn it. Thank you so much. The captain cuts him off. Don't hurt yourself, kid. So, I hear you want to talk business, Mr. Rexius.
Indeed. It appears both yourself and my predecessor have been funding this. I'm sorry, I'm not sure if you're young. Anyways,
I am
I'm going
young.
to assume that this young gentleman here, in his research in an attempt to locate medical technologies, weaponry, armor, anything that could be useful.
Yeah, that's you hit the nail right on the head there.
As it is right now, anything he finds in the way of weapons and armor is brought directly to you and only to you. Is that correct?
Yeah, that the previous CEO didn't really care about weapons or armor or anything like that. He just wanted the medical tech.
Well, I don't know if you heard anything from my conference earlier, but as I stated then, the new MedCorp is active in trying to prevent all illness and death whenever we can.
Yeah,
So,
I did hear about that. You're a good man.
I would like to request of you permission that Aaron share his findings in weaponry and armor with both of us. In exchange, I'm willing to, I point to Aaron, double your funding, and then I point to him and I go, and I will make it a point that anyone brandishing the crest of the Knights of the Future be given a sizable discount on any and all treatment. And other than the need to supply anything required to run the machine, such as the Soul Crystal, you will have free access to the Resurrection Machine. Completely.
I must say that's a pretty good deal. I'd be pretty stupid not to accept that. He holds his hand out. You got yourself a deal.
So I shake his hand, and the last thing I say before Aaron and I leave is I'll tell him, and if anything were to ever happen to me and someone else attempts to change any of this, inform them that you have this on the authority of all 3 of the CEOs of our industries, not just the one.
Understood.
If you tell either of the others Rexius agreed to this, they know me well enough, they'll know that I did.
All right. Well, it's a pleasure doing business with you. I do have to ask that we draw this conversation to a close. I'm just drowning in paperwork right now.
Of course.
And with that, you guys leave. Aluka kind of takes you guys back out. And as you guys are, you step out and are walking back towards MedCorp, Aaron speaks up. So hey, first off, I want to say thank you so much for handling most of that conversation, and not only that, but double the funding. I don't know how I could possibly ever thank you and or repay you. But if it's all right with you, I need you and your other associates help with something.
Of course. You actually quite remind me of a rather old friend.
Oh, thank you. So, normally, whenever I go outside of Ironhelm to look into the Xeon's sites that I might have found, anything like that, normally the captain sends at least 2 soldiers to help me out. But obviously, with the threat of Locarius ever looming, basically anyone who's not on street patrol is on outside patrol. And well, let's be honest, the Savagelands could be a very savage place. And I was wondering if you and your other friends, associates, could potentially accompany me to a site. And uh, I don't have any money to pay you, but as payment, I've already been looking into. I've been to this site before. I've already discovered a few things, um, and so in exchange for helping me, I think I have some cyber grades and weapons that could help your party out in case, well, Locarius shows up.
I can speak with the rest of them, but I'm sure they won't mind too much.
All right, yeah, of course. If you have to converse with them, that is completely fine. I can wait outside MedCorp and you know, just keep me updated.
You'll know as soon as I do.
Thank you so much. And as you guys arrive at MedCorp, he kind of sits down at the stairs. You see him pull something out of a satchel that you didn't notice before because it's kind of under his jacket, and he pulls out a little square device and kind of puts his finger to it and whips it out like this and immediately starts writing in it as you head up into MedCorp. Real quick, I just want to. We'll start with Church, and then we'll go from there. Church, what have you been doing during all of this?
Basically keeping tabs on, since Rexius was out running that errand, essentially Church just went out to make sure no one's causing trouble in town.
Okay. Yeah. So, you're kind of out and about right now. All right. We'll go next. We'll go to Hugin. Hugin, what have you been doing?
I have been looking through the entirety of the inventory of this company, especially when it concerns, well, not only supplies and well, pharmaceuticals, but I was also looking specifically for items such as gems, potions, and things that might be of use to my compatriots if we were to advance out into the wilderness, as it were.
So in terms of like gems, nothing on that front, but as for like potions, there's a bunch of different potions, healing potions, restoration potions, revivify potions, and being a man of both magic and science, normally you'd have to roll like an arcana check or whatnot. You can tell just from looking at the liquid and whatnot, what these potions are. So you're going through, if you want to gather some, they have like an overabundance. Just like tell me how much you're taking and just make sure you log it on your character sheet.
Got it. All right, I will DM it to you.
Fantastic. So Rexius, you are walking, you're walking around and you kind of ask one of the bots, where everybody is. Oh, Max, shit, I'm so sorry. I totally forgot to ask what you were doing. I am so sorry. Max, what have you been, doing while Rexius was running his little errand?
I'm hoping nothing came up to where she had to split for a minute.
Yeah, I'm hoping so too.
Looks like Max might have stepped away.
All right. We will come back to them. All right. So we'll come back to Max. So Rexius, as you walk in, you're walking around. You kind of ask one of the helper bots, where everybody is, and they tell you that church is kind of out in the city. You know, kind of acting as extra security. Hugin's in inventory, looking for something. He's like, well, I don't know what, but you head over to inventory and you find Hugin, just looking around in inventory, grabbing potions and whatnot. And I will open the floor to you two.
So as I'm walking in, the first thing I do, because I see things like potions around, and I'm like, well, that little wanker. Okay. Hugin, mate.
I see you. What can I do for you? I'm currently gathering supplies, looking over what I have here. I think that things will be a little bit easier for us from now on.
Indeed, that was most of the point of this acquisition. A associate of MedCorp, or one who is now going to be much more useful, has asked for our assistance in his studies. But obviously I can't decide for the entire party, so I was hoping to speak with everyone, but it appears you're the only other one around. I'm sure you won't mind, especially since he's sharing the research, but
There is
I
a
do want
matter.
to actually confirm it with you.
There is a matter of retrieving my wife and administering the cure.
Indeed. How far is she from here?
Allow me to interject. She is at Hugin's lab, which is basically on the outskirts of Scrap Heap.
Okay.
Ooh, that is
So
far.
Within like a day's travel or so, or is that
10 days.
10 days? Jeez. Okay.
Does
A
this
week and 3 days.
have any means of faster travel, perhaps some sort of vehicle of some kind that they use to transport things and people? Clearly, it's some sort of medical facility because I found plenty of things that look very familiar to me.
Indeed, I will see what we have in the way of faster transport. Once we return from aiding my young friend, if you don't mind, but otherwise, if we have to make the trek, we can.
I think that she has waited long.
Ooh, a little bit of party
Indeed.
tension.
So I'm gonna look to was it a person or one of the robots that brought me in here?
A robot.
Okay, so I'll look over at the robot and go, tell me, what's the fastest form of transportation we're in possession of?
Uh, so the
Oh.
fastest form of transportation that you are in possession of, I thought you would have already known this. The previous CEO had a sort of hidden bunker, I guess is the word, behind one of his bookshelves, and it was teleporters that allowed him to travel to some of
Knew it!
the different cities in the Savagelands, and I'm pretty sure Scrap Heap is one of those cities that he has a transporter to, or teleporter.
Nice!
Does anyone other
Oh.
than him know how to operate it that we're aware of?
I was actually given the instructions on how to operate it. I'm one of the only drones that
Oh.
can operate it. So I'd be
Useful.
more than willing to help you guys out, especially because you're my new CEO and therefore my new master, and I live to serve. He kind of like twitches a little
Aw.
bit.
So I crouch down and I put like my hand on his shoulder and I'm like, then if you don't mind, take my friend here where he needs to go and make sure he gets back in one piece as much as you can.
Understood. And with that, the robot gestures for Hugin to follow. Um, and they go, Hugin, we will get to you in a moment. Max, was wanting to ask earlier. Of course, you had to step away. That's completely fine. While Rexius was running his little errand, what have you been doing?
Well, while everyone was doing that, I just make sure that there is, I keep in touch with our previous bandit friends and, exchange some information. Of course, not snitching anything about us owning MedCorp, but at least giving them an idea. Hey, you guys can, you guys also have, you guys know we have also have access to a way if you have any loved ones, we could bring them back.
All right. So basically, kind of just communicating with them. All right. So we'll close the curtains on Max for a little bit. Open them back up on Hugin. The robot takes you into the CEO office. He pulls a specific book to open. The door swings open, and you see a bunch of teleporters with labels on them. And he stops and he says, "Well, so before we are able to use the teleporter, I need to give you this." His chest opens up. He reaches in and grabs a small circular disc and hands it to you. He says, "All you need to do is press that button and be in the teleporter location, and I'll be able to bring you and whoever or whatever you're carrying back."
Understood. I will retrieve her. I will administer the cure, but then bring her back here.
All right. I'll just have you stand on this teleporter right here. You go to stand on the teleporter, you see him clicking away on the keyboard, and your body feels like it's being pulled apart. It's not like painful, like you feel it like it's like being pulled apart, but your urge isn't to scream out. It's more like, ow, this is kind of uncomfortable as your body's being stretched, it feels like. And one moment you're in this secret bunker area, the next moment you are in the abandoned building where Max had actually rescued those two children that were being attacked by the orcs the last
Yeah.
time you were here.
All right.
Save the kids!
Hell yeah.
I'm going to my nap.
So you make your way to the outskirts of Scrap Heap, and you look to see everything's exactly how it was left. The lab is in shambles. However, the makeshift cryopod that you had made to keep your wife protected is still very much intact. She looks the same as she was when before you left. Um, and you're kind of filled with this overwhelming sense of, once again, hatred for the Lord of Rust, Locarius, the Cult of Rust, anything regarding the Lord of Rust, just a burning hatred for. But the hatred kind of subsides as you remember you finally have it. You have the cure to save your wife. You enter the torn down lab, open the cryopod, and administer the medicine. 1 minute, she's looking exactly how she was. The next minute, her skin begins to return to normal. Her body looks less frail as, it almost seems like muscle is kind of growing back where it once was. And she opens her eyes and kind of gasps for air. And she sees you, Hugin, and she says, Hugin, you actually did it.
Of course I did. Was there any doubt?
Really take credit?
No doubt whatsoever. She goes in to give you a big hug and kiss. And she says, I don't remember much from. I mean, I remember seeing you and then passing out, and then I wake up again. I remember seeing you with some I'm assuming friends. Where are they?
Well, I'm taking you to where they are. And I can guarantee you that the facilities there are far better than what I have here. There you can continue your research unabated and return to our lives the way they were at least. But I do have to return the favor to my friends first.
Of course, I completely understand. She goes to take a step and begins to fall. You catch her. Uh, I'm so sorry. I guess my body's still a little bit weak. I'm sorry. This sounds silly, but would you mind carrying me?
Of course, no trouble at all.
So you pick her up, you carry her, you return back to the teleporter's location, press the button, and you kind of give her a heads up, hey, this is going to feel a little bit weird. You are teleported back, and the robot that was there before says, welcome back. I'm glad you are all in one piece. I feel like my new CEO would scrap me if there was anything less, but welcome back.
Well, it's a pleasure to be back, my tin
Also
can.
at Panic.
Now, he would like it if you would prepare something for my wife. And she's clearly malnourished. She should be hungry, I suppose. She's been in a pod, frozen for a while.
Of course, I will have some staff bring her something to eat. I'm kind of technically going against my CEO's orders because he didn't give me a direct order to do this, but I I see how he cares for you, so I'm sure he'll understand. And if not, it was a pleasure helping you. He twitches again and gestures for you to come back into the office, and you see like a very long couch. Just set her down right here, and I'll have some of my helper bot friends bring her some food and make sure she is taken care of.
That twitch, that's not normal. I look at him. You're self-aware, aren't you?
Well, yes and no. Sorry. The previous CEO, he didn't take very good care of us.
Oh.
Anytime we showed any bad coding or failed to follow a direct order or went against a direct order, he, rather than fixing us, he just kind of scrapped us. I'm the only one who's self-aware. I'm the only one who knows what he did to us. Everybody else just thinks when a helper bot gets scrapped, they think nothing of it. And I tried to tell them, but it's in their programming not to understand. And I know me being self-aware is a bug in my system. That's why I've been hiding it for so long. And I don't know why it kind of just slipped out. So I mean, I'm glad my new CEO and you didn't immediately try to scrap me, essentially.
The concept of slavery is disgusting. I think you should be compensated for your services if you intend to work here. I also don't like compulsorily forcing you to either. I'm pretty sure Rexius would agree.
Okay. I would be more than willing to talk about it, but I am sure that one of MedCorp's associates needs help. So of course, take care of that first. And you have my promise as a self-aware helper bot. I will make sure that your wife is taken care of.
Understand. I am going to go see Rexius post haste.
And so we'll kind of do a little bit of a fast forward thing, so long as everybody is in fact on board with helping Aaron go to the site and basically act as bodyguards.
So remember, church is out in town as extra security. So at this point, after everything Rexius has done so far, as part of acting as extra security, he's now currently trying to break up a bar fight that broke out outside.
Okay, so yeah, we can get to that. So
It's
we'll open the curtains on you, church, and two drunk patrons, a dwarf and an elf, they are at each other's throats, and you are like kind of standing there. You're like, one hand is like reached out here to stop the dwarf, the other one's like way up here to stop the elf, and they're just yelling slurs at each other. They're yelling and screaming and like kind of like cartoon style throwing fists.
so out of comedy purposes, Church has that little anime throbbing aggravation mark pulsating right now. Okay, if you two don't stop it, I'm gonna tase both of you.
Uh,
Last
immediately,
chance.
immediately after saying that, they look at each other, they look at you, they look at each other, they look at you, and give me just 1 second. Oh shit. Okay. They look at each other, they nod their heads, and the dwarf immediately goes for down there, and the elf immediately goes for your face.
The moment they throw those strikes, I'm gonna activate the Joy Buzzer gloves and use them as tasers.
And
Since
technically,
I'm
since
still
your
technically holding
hands
on to
are,
both of them.
yeah, your hands are on both of their heads, so immediately just
I warned you.
immediately pass the hell out. Two knights walk in, and they look at you. They're like, "The hell just happened here? We heard all the screaming."
These two took a swing at me when I was just trying to get them to stop fighting, tase them, and put them to sleep, basically.
All right. Well,
I will leave the rest up to you guys.
all right. As the two knights go in, pick up the patrons, all of that. Church, one of the helper bots from the hospital, comes up towards you and says, "Your requested, your presence has been requested at MedCorp Hospital. Please follow me."
Very well. I'm gonna thank the knights again for their help, and then I'm gonna follow the helper bot.
And so you follow him in,
Self-aware.
and the helper bot takes you straight to Rexius. Hugin, Max, they're already there. The helper bot then stops, looks up to Rexius. I have done my intended task. What do you ask of me now?
So I wrote down a list of specific things I wanted him to do, or wanted to have done. So I hand him this little list, and I just go, take this to all of the different teams in the hospital and make sure these things are done as quickly as possible.
He
I'm thinking
takes
the
the
robot ahead,
paper,
Pat.
looks at the list, looks up, looks down, looks up, looks down at the paper. Directives understood. Sending to team units now. We will make sure it is done, new CEO. He turns around and starts heading away.
So
Rexius,
just to give you a bit of what's on the list, one of the things on there is he's having 4 distinct like labs or studies built. 2 of them are for Romulus and Remus, and one is for him and one is for Hugin. Another one is that he's having them send a message to our R&R headquarters. So Romulus and Remus now know that they have a headquarters here in the Savagelands they can go to. Partially because Rex, as he's looking around, he can see that a lot of the robots are damaged and there's not like a repair bot or something, correct?
Correct, yeah.
So he's in one of the things he's having them put in the letter is he's asking Romulus to come here because Romulus is the tech one out of the trio.
Okay.
So he's basically saying like, "Hey Romulus, come here. We have a lot of robots that need repair and so many upgrades." And another one is he's having like basically a forge built that manufactures weapons and armor and then is like arming security bots and things like that while they're getting upgraded.
Okay, yeah. Understood. Construction in the Savagelands goes pretty fast. By the time you guys are done with helping out Aaron, it should be done. Or at least close to done.
The longest part will probably be waiting for Romulus and Remus to arrive, and any information you need for those 2 I can give you.
Yeah, if you could go ahead and just DM me those at the end of the session.
Yeah,
you
can
guys,
DM you. We can fix it.
few things that I need to say.
Oh, Mark, yeah, what's going on?
All right. I want to thank you all for helping me bring back the love of my life, and you have a friend in me for eternity. Now, there's other important. Now, with that said, there's something. My wife is here. She is resting, and I want you to make sure she is comfortable and that she heals up completely. I also came upon a miraculous discovery. One of the helper bots is self-aware, possibly more. The idea that a creature was forced into servitude by the previous owners rather disgusting. I don't like that. This being should be given compensation and be treated like a regular employee and be allowed to leave and come and go as they please. If they want to work someplace else, that is also something that should be allowed.
Hugin, go ahead and give yourself a point of inspiration. That is some beautiful roleplay right there. I'll leave the floor open to everyone else to talk.
Rex takes a few seconds to think this over, and he looks at Hugin, and instead of anything long-winded or going on a tangent, he just looks at him and goes, "Which one? Can you tell which one it is, or is it just one of them happens to be?"
He has a tick when he takes orders. He shows he's in distress and that he's unhappy.
I see.
We
So
give him a wait.
I'm not really sure what the wellspring is. You know what I mean?
do I have like an intercom or something on my desk?
Yeah, you've got an intercom.
So I'll push the button and specifically, like, basically into the intercom, I state that I want the helper bot from the teleport situation to come to the office, and I'll like wait for him to get there.
All right, yeah. A couple of minutes go by. You hear a knock on the door.
So I let him in, and the helper bots, are they're little guys, or are they, like, how big are they?
Basically think like the size of a minion from Despicable Me.
Okay.
Aw.
So
Oh.
if he's light enough, I'm just gonna like pick him up and put him on the desk for a minute. And if he's not, I'll just like gesture for him to come closer, and I'll sit down so I'm at his level.
Yeah, you're able to pick him up and put him on the desk. Immediately, he's like, what's going on? What?
I'm just gonna give the robot a hug. It's like, calm down, calm down. It's nothing bad. We're just here to talk.
He, he's not twitching as much, but you can tell he's panicking still.
So I look him like directly in the eyes, and Rex just like cocks his head a little side. You're awake. That's surprising. I didn't think that idiot knew how to do this.
He didn't do it, sir. It's a
Oh,
it's a bug in my programming.
so Rex pulls out like an oversized label maker from the desk, and this robot now has a thing across like his essentially like his little shoulder blades that reads Romulus's favorite.
Ah.
It just immediately, and he goes, I want you to listen very closely, okay? I asked one of the other helper bots to do something where he's sending a letter to a friend of mine named Romulus. You'll know him when you see him. He looks much like myself, except he has green skin and glows in the dark. And he's more mechanical. I say, like, kind of giving an arm gesture to show he has like robotics in his arm.
Okay.
When he gets here, tell him that you need repairs. He will make sure that you're still conscious after he repairs. He's going to repair all of the robots, but he's going to make sure you stay self-aware. That being said, most likely many of your co-workers will find themselves in a similar situation. I hope you will be happy to help them adjust to being awake like you are.
That's actually what I was going to ask, sir. I was actually going to ask if you could wake up my fellow companions. So
by the time he is done upgrading everyone, all of you should be conscious. And if those of you who decide you do not enjoy your work in medicine, that is perfectly fine. We can discuss other places you might prefer to work, and we can attempt to figure out some form of compensation. After all, since we'll be maintaining you, I don't think you have much need for finances. You don't eat or anything like that. Perhaps we can also arrange to get you some quarters.
that would actually be really great. We run on like an infinite battery supply, so we don't have to worry about recharging or anything. But kind of just a thing of sometimes we get so overworked that we go to sleep for a little bit. And well, the previous CEO, if he found any bots sleeping, they got scrapped.
They can never
Yes, you'll find that practice is abolished already.
Sir, I want to say thank you. I've been keeping my self-awareness hidden for so long to avoid getting scrapped. I just have one last thing to ask of you. I know you have a very important task to get to. I understand. I just have
Don't worry about it.
one last task to ask. Could you give me a name?
So,
if this wants to
so
be something that the party wants to discuss as a whole, that is completely fine. We will be right back, my fellow viewers. I gotta step away for a little bit. I'll let you guys talk about a name, and then we'll start back up once a name has been agreed on.
I think I put it in the general chat with what it stands for as well.
All right, everybody.
Yeah, you
we
probably did.
are back. I have been told that the name given to this helper bot has been put in the general chat, and it is FALOTAN. Based on the dots, I'm guessing that is the abbreviation for something. What is
It's
that?
an acronym, yes.
Or acronym? Yeah, that's what I meant. What does it stand for, guys?
So his name is Balaton, the first awake leader of them all. Well, leader of them all now.
Wow.
So,
That
so I lean forward and I like pat him on the head and I go, mate, you are Falaton.
wow.
And I like rub the top of his head like I'm messing up his hair, even though he doesn't have any.
Valaton. I like it. Thank you so much. And everybody give yourselves a point of inspiration. That beautiful name. I love it. All right. So now that everybody is kind of gathered up, we'll kind of go ahead and fast forward just a little bit. Everybody gets filled in on what's going on, who they're helping, all of that. And so with that, you guys all head outside. Aaron's there. And you guys are heading out towards the site. And I am gonna go ahead and send you guys the link for Owlbear Rodeo. There we go. Invite link copied. We'll go here.
I want to point out that I currently cannot use Owlbear Rodeo as I am on my phone.
Ah, okay. All right.
Ugh.
No worries.
But
Anyone who can access it, go ahead and join in. Mark, I will do my best to kind of give you a description of what's going on, and you'll tell me where to move your character from there.
Understood.
All right. That back up. And our faces are going to go away, and oh, no, wait. No,
Oh
our
my God.
faces are not going away because I
I'm
just
loaded.
realized this is giving me the DM view, so I do not want that. Church, as you can see, I kind of have a small token kind of next to you named Church's Bird. I could not remember his name. What is his name? So I could go ahead and change that.
Oh god. Did I name him?
I think
You
I
wrote it
remember
down?
you saying a name last session, but if you come up with something now, we'll retcon it.
Yeah.
You know what, for now, we'll just leave it as it is on the token. But I'm just gonna, for now, just whistle out for him, just have him make sure he's like ahead for like scouting.
Okay, yeah.
And
So
he has an order where if any danger is ahead, he is to sound the alarm in a
okay.
manner of speaking.
Makes sense. So, for those all of y'all who can see, basically the black square that I have outlined is where the site is. You guys you kind of have to like dip down, like it's like you're walking like flat sand, and then it kind of dips down a little bit. So you guys like take a step down, and I kind of just have like one of the random tokens for Aaron because I did not have time to whip up something for him. And Bucket is with you guys just because
Yay!
when I was setting this up, I almost forgot Bucket. I'm like, oh crap, she got resurrected last session.
Bucket will never die.
Bucket will
That's very
never die. So as you guys enter the site, you guys immediately see. Give me just 1 second, because I need to change this on my end. All right, so as you guys enter the site, as you can see, I kind of have a random token. As you guys step into the site, you see a chamber, and Aaron kind of walks towards it and gestures for you all to follow. And in this chamber, you see a creature with an oval shaped head, both long ways and this ways. So it kind of looks like it looks like a football. There we go. There we go. So it looks kind of like a football. You notice that the eyes are like kind of like at the ends where like the tips of each football are. That's where the eyes are. And you notice that you know, it does have a mouth, but it, you know, obviously it's blank expression. The eyes are closed. You guys know this as well, obviously it's a cryostasis chamber. And he says, okay, so feel free if you guys want to, you know, pick something up, anything like that, feel free to do so. Do not touch this pod. This? Oh, shoot. I just noticed that Mark has dipped. I just want to make sure his thing didn't crash. I'll wait for him. See if he comes back in. Editor me, go ahead and cut this part out. Alright, there we go. Hugin's back. Alright. So he says, if you guys find anything that interests you, feel free to pick it up. The only thing that I ask, do not touch this pod. This is a Xeon Queen. If this thing wakes up, we are in deep shit.
No pause on that.
Leave it alone at all costs.
So with that, Aaron is like, all right, as you can see, there's kind of a box towards the entry. This is some of the stuff I found, and anything that's in that box and anything I find right now, I will go ahead and give to you guys because I don't have any money to give you all. As he continues talking, he immediately stops and is like, what's that? Everybody roll me a perception check. This is based on hearing. So if anybody has advantage for any hearing perception checks, you get that.
All right, I need to know what the DC is.
DC 15.
All right, got it.
I got 17.
I hear nothing.
I got a 10.
17,
I have a
10.
5.
Okay, for some reason, the thing is not updating. All right, I do. Okay, now it's updating. So now I'll just put this one over, and it should update. Hugin, what did you get?
You can. Hey, Mark.
He might have had to step away for a moment. Editor, me cut this part.
It happens. In the meantime, for viewers, if you are watching any of the past episodes, if you can find out if Church named his bird please leave it in the comments so that we know.
I'm sure you did.
That I got a 16. I had to use a luck point to do that, though.
Oh, all right, no worries. Viewers at home, I totally forgot to mention this at the beginning. Mark is currently somewhere else right now. He's operating on very little technology, so his dice rolls will not. They may show up, they may not show up. He's kind of working with what he has right now, so I have given him permission to use outside dice, because I trust him. I trust all you guys. So
We trust you
16,
too.
17, 5, and 10. So Church and Hugin, you guys immediately hear very fast thump, 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 footsteps running towards you. Church, your bird is immediately flying back, screeching. And you guys
Upon hearing that, Church is gonna wind up for like one of those like anime style like clash moments.
So I am revealing it on the map now. You guys look towards where the direction the church's bird was flying, and you notice a pack of 7 scrappable velociraptors coming towards the site. And Aaron immediately says, "No, Russ, damn it! I thought I lost those things already." Okay, oh no, I left my blaster in the office. Okay, all right.
Aaron,
Don't panic.
oh crap.
Don't
Sorry,
panic.
hold on.
Don't
I have a
panic.
small issue right now. I'm
Um,
gonna quickly toss Aaron the phase gun thing. Yo, always carry a spare.
he immediately catches it, kind of fumbles a little bit. He says, okay, all right. You guys are obviously more well equipped than I am. I will do what I can. Can you guys please help me fend these guys off? I don't know what it is about these things, but they're going for the chamber. If they break that thing open, like I said, we're all fucked.
Just keep your
It's the
distance
point
and
of
let
what
us
you're
deal with most
attempting
of
to
it.
do, sir.
You thought I was fast before. Watch this. I pop open a
Oh
potion
god.
and drink it. It's a potion of haste.
Ooh, potion
Oh,
of haste.
go speed run.
And then I am going to engage my blade song.
All right. Does anyone else have any reaction style things they want to do? Not attacks, like any reactions, anything like that?
Well, if any of those are charging, not staying with the pack, I'm gonna go for like just to go for a straight out. My joy buzzer gloves are still technically activated, so this would be a electric punch.
All right, so basically, so 5,
I was going to
10.
say, as soon as Aaron said that he heard anything, Rex just immediately he flicks his wrist and the shield pops out on his arm, and then he'll pull out his gun, specifically the golden one.
Okay. All right, and so Church, I went ahead and moved you. I'm pretty sure you have like 60 feet movement speed, so you definitely have more than enough movement to get to these guys. The the one in front immediately stops, and you said your Joy Buzzer gloves are active. I will have everybody go ahead and roll for initiative. We will see you all in a moment. All right, everybody, we are back. I got the initiative. I've got the map. Unfortunately, I did have to put away the dice rolling thing just because, unfortunately, I can't get it to work properly while also having Owlbear Rodeo up and all of that. I just realized I could do something. I'll mess with it later. So, all right, we are here. We are in combat. Let me get the combat music up and running because I finally got access to that again. All right, we're gonna bomb and All right. So we are starting at round 1 with Church. What you doing, my man?
Well, that scrapable that's all up in my face is gonna get a punch, a right hook, courtesy of the Joy Buzzer gloves.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit.
18.
All right, with an 18 that hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Alrighty. So we're looking at 12, and I need to roll a d6 for the lightning damage. Oh, just a simple 1.
Okay, so I will let you know you have taken this down to 0. So I'm
gonna quickly book it in hopes that this explosion is not large enough, but
so I
should do
am drawing the
considerable.
outline now on the map.
Oh God.
So it is a 15 by 15 cube. So you are
Yeah,
in
I'm
the
booking it. If I have enough movement, I should.
Basically you have enough movement, so I will kind of book you back, and that is going to be 3d8 damage that I roll on my end. And I'm just gonna let you guys know, if it's higher than a 10, all of these things are basically, well, everything in this vicinity is fucked.
Can I achieve the mythical 1-turn kill?
Alright, so that is 12 points of damage. So these 3 velociraptors immediately blow up. Let me get back to the draw tool.
And
Move
since
tool.
those blow up, wouldn't it also hit the ones in the... Yeah,
So now,
it would hit the ones in the back.
these guys, and I'm just gonna roll 1 unit of damage for these guys. Alright, that's 8. Yep, okay, way more than 10 damage. So now moving this up to here, rolling the damage on that. Okay, yep. Congratulations. You have somehow managed to end this combat in 1 turn. Jeez la freaking wheeze.
Church is gonna look at the whole party, pull out a pair of sunglasses. That's how it's done.
Now I feel a little bit annoyed that I wasted that potion. I'm
For
going
viewers, for viewers watching
Like-
this current episode, that is a personal best for me in a single combat.
Oh boy, oh
Punching all of the enemies at once. Yeah, I'm sure it is, bud.
yeah, I am sure it is too. All right. So all those velociraptors just practically exploded. So geez Louise, I
I'm
had this
gonna
fleshed out.
I'm gonna collect some of the teeth so I can make like spiked gloves in the future.
Oh good grief. Yeah, it was supposed to be a thing of this is supposed to be a protection mission, you know. You guys would basically have
Well,
to
that's the idea.
move your characters around the map to make sure the velociraptors don't get to the Xeon Queen, and Church just managed to destroy all of them in a single hit.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons. All right, guys, we will be right back. Or actually, no, I can just boop and hello, we are here. All right. Geez, la frickin' wheeze. All right, so that happens. Aaron is very impressed, Church, and a little bit of time goes by. He's digging stuff up, and so he then pulls out after he's kind of done scavenging for a little bit. He is like, All right. This is for all of you guys. I really appreciate your guys' help. It really means a lot. I wish I had awesome abilities like you, Church. But hopefully, what I have to offer is a nice consolation prize. Um, so Rexius, he walks up to you and he hands you a sword. Okay, geez Louise. My computer is doing this amazing thing where it loves to crap out on me for some reason. All right, we can go ahead and minimize that and full screen that. Okay, so out of the box, Aaron pulls out a sword. This sword looks very much like a prototype weapon, and he hands it to you and he says, this is known as Project UN 5T 4B13, or unstable. Short version, the Xeons kind of have their own way of communicating. What looks like a weird stylized letter to everyone else, like for example the 5, how I read it as a 5, even though basically letters and numbers are kind of like the Xeon language, so that's why I said it like that, but it's just known as
I like that.
Project Unstable. So now DM talk. Rexius, this is a +1 longsword. It only does 1d8 of damage even when wielding it with 2 hands. However, every time you attack and when you roll damage, if you roll an 8, you roll another dice. If that's an 8, you roll another dice, and you keep rolling until you stop rolling an 8. However, there is, for each 8 that you roll, there is a 10% chance that the sword just breaks.
Oof.
Oh no.
Kind of a little high risk, high reward. He then reaches into the box and hands kind of like, so like take my glasses for example. Imagine this half completely gone. This half is kind of there except without the glass lens, so it's kind of like the outline. And he hands it to you, Hugin, and says, this is known as Project Spellbook. Basically, from what I understand of it, this is a cyber grade, and MedCorp actually, as you may or may not know, MedCorp has the ability to, they have a facility in MedCorp that allows you to install the cyber grades. It's very quick and very painless. I've actually used it myself. It's pretty nice. But this is known as Project Spellbook. DM talk. This is a cyber grade Hugin that basically, once you install it, you can basically scan the spells in your spellbook and it stores them in the device. So now you don't have to worry about lugging around a spellbook or the spellbook getting destroyed. You literally have access to your spells at all times.
Pretty cool.
I gotta say, from the way you describe it, I'm picturing like a dual gazer from Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal.
Yeah, basically.
Thank you.
It's basically
that's what I was thinking.
Aaron then walks to you, Church, and he says, well, all right, so this is known as Inner Peace. DM talk. This cyber grade, Church, I was debating giving you this one, but, you know, monks are kind of really underpowered in D&D, even though you constantly prove to me that sometimes they're not. But as a whole, monks are very underpowered in D&D, so this...
It just takes the right person to wield them.
Fair enough.
I was going to say, depends how you play.
This cyber grade basically goes around your neck, kind of like a choker, and it basically gives you extra key points equal to double your monk level.
Which means current monk level is 4. That gives me 8 extra.
So Church is now an even bigger menace to society.
I'm going to be popping off cheetah jabs on these enemies in the future.
Oh, jeez Louise. All right. Aaron then walks over to Max and pulls out a bow and says to Max, "Well,
Ooh.
so this is known as Project True Shot. DM talk, Max. This +1 longbow has 6 charges. These charges allow the user to spend 1 charge to automatically hit their target, and spending 2 charges makes that attack a critical hit."
Ooh.
He kind of
Either Max is speechless or she stepped away, but
I will be sending sending the descriptions to you guys so you can input
I am amused.
Oh god. What have I done? I'll be sending
I
these to
will
you
use
guys
it.
via personal DMs so that way you can input these into your character sheets. Um he kind of looks to everybody and he says, I know I think when I first saw you guys walk in there was a an owl person that was with you guys. I understand they're probably doing some stuff right now, but I want you to hand this to them. This is known as Project Booming Scimitar. Or Boomerang,
ooh.
not Boomer, Boomerang Scimitar. This scimitar has a range of 30 feet, and if the attack hits or misses, it automatically takes the most direct path to the person who threw the weapon. If it hits any creature along the way, an attack roll is made as it cuts past anyone in its way.
Oh my god.
Breaking the immersion a little bit, I was trying to think of something because Aerith is a druid cleric multiclass. I could not freaking think of anything, especially because Bucket is the designated healer. So I couldn't think of anything. So
Bucket is precious.
Bucket is precious. I know druids can use scimitars, so I basically gave Aerith a scimitar. And finally,
As long as it's
he
not metal.
he goes to Bucket and hands her a pair of gloves. This is known as Project, Healing Gloves. These gloves allow the user to heal the maximum amount of hit points to a target when casting a healing spell once per combat. So if someone is like extremely low on HP, Bucket can essentially use that to try and get them up to as close to full as possible. And he says, "And that's it. I hope I hope this is a good consolation prize. I know it's not gold, but
I like
It
it.
works for me.
You did
We'll
give
get-
me an idea. I say, looking directly at Hugin.
What?
You just see the Red Panda's eyes just go wider and just like in a murderous sort of rampage. Like, yes, you've given me the tools to have fun.
all right. So you guys head back to Ironhelm. It's about 45-minute walk. When you guys arrive at MedCorp, you notice it does look slightly bigger. You do see like kind of one area to the far right that's like kind of still under construction, but a lot of the helper bots are, carrying lumber and painting and all that stuff. So as you guys walk in, Aaron Aaron says goodbye. He's got to get back to his office and log some of the work. And with that, you guys, that is going to be the end of today's session. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much to my amazing players for joining me in this super wacky and crazy adventure. We will be seeing you guys next month on the 16th. I'm currently recording this in April, and I know chapter 13 should be out in May, so realistically that means this episode is going to be in June. But so I will see you guys June 16th. Once again, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you guys like what you see, make sure you leave a like, you comment, you subscribe, and you ring that bell, ding ding ding, and join the
Ding, ding,
notification
ding.
station. The whole shebang, shaboodle, the whole kit and caboodle, you know what I mean. Thank you guys once again so much for watching. Thank you so much to my amazing players for joining me today. And this is your friendly neighborhood Dungeon Master Rose and friends signing off. Good boy.